Hello everyone, in this video we will go over section 6.3 or how to find the volume using cylindrical shells. Remember in the last video we found the volume using washers. So recall, if you want to find volume using the washer method, if you have a function, then let's say you have something like this, and you are rotating, let's say here, and this is the area you want to rotate. Remember that the partition was perpendicular to the axis of rotation. However, depending on the problem, that may be an issue. For example, here, let's say that this is the area you're trying to rotate. Okay, so this is the area, and if you were rotating, let's say on the y-axis, then the partition has to be perpendicular to that. But here is the problem. Look, you would have done this. Notice that you have the same function here and the same function here, so the whole thing will cancel out, and this will not work. So instead, we have a different method called cylindrical shells, and the cylindrical shells method, the axis of rotation is going to be, or the partition is going to be parallel to the axis of rotation. So, okay, to axis of rotation. And therefore, so for something like this, if you wanted to rotate then on the y-axis and you want to rotate this area, so therefore if this is the area you want to rotate on the y-axis, then the partition is going to be parallel to the axis of rotation. Okay? And then the formula for the volume is going to be the integral from a to b of 2 pi x f of x dx, where x is the distance, so this will be the distance, so this is very important, to the axis of rotation. So for example, here, the distance between here and here is x, okay? So if you are rotating here, this distance is x, so that's what we mean. I can also think as the radius. And if you look to the formula for this, notice that this is very, very similar to the circumference formula, and that's no accident, because remember you have a cylinder. Okay, notice, well, you have a cylinder. Notice that the surface area on the side is equals to 2 pi r. So that's where we get this from, the 2 pi r. So therefore, if you have cylindrical shells and you add all of them, you will get the volume. Okay, so let's do an example of how this works. Now remember, the main difference between this method and the previous one is that for this one, the axis of rotation and the partition are parallel to each other, while in the washer method, the one we did last time, the axis of rotation is perpendicular to the partition, or the partition is perpendicular to the axis of rotation. Now keep in mind that depending which method you use, in theory, the answer should be the same, but depending on how the function is and where you are rotating, one method may be more appropriate than the other one. Okay. All right, so let's do an example. We did this same example in the last class, so you should check that we get the same answer. So just check your notes. Remember that this is y equals to x squared, and let's say that you are rotating between 0 and 1. This is the area you want, and this is telling you to rotate on the x-axis. So since this method requires that the axis of rotation and the partition to be parallel to each other, so the partition has to be this. And notice now you have two functions. This is the bigger function and this is the smaller function. So remember that if y equals to x squared, that means that x is equals to the square root of y. So therefore, if we use the formula, remember the volume is equals to 2 pi, the integral from 0 to 1. Now notice the distance between the axis of rotation and this part, this is y. So from here to here, this is just y. So that's why you have y here. The biggest function is 1. So this is 1. And the smallest function is the square root of y, dy. Again, this one is this function right here, which you can actually make it more obvious. And then this is an integral that is pretty simple to do. So you have 2 pi, you can put it 2 pi inside the integral, it's not a problem. And then you multiply, you'll end up with y minus y to the 3/2 before you integrate. And don't forget this goes from 0 to 1. So this will be 2 pi. This is equals to y squared over 2 minus y to the 5/2 times 2/5. And all of this is from 0 to 1. Once you plug in the values here, you should check that this is 2 pi times, this will be 1/2 minus 2/5. And you should check that this is exactly pi over 5, which is the exact same answer we got when we did the other method. We also did this problem last time. Remember, this is still y equals to x squared, and this one is equals to the square root of x, which implies that x is equals to y squared, and this implies that x is equals to the square root of y. Okay? So again, if we rotate it on the x-axis, which is what the problem is telling you, the partition has to be parallel to that, so it should be that. All right, so remember this is 1, this is 1. We find those values already. So therefore, the volume here, the formula, remember, is equals to the integral of from 0 to 1 of y, because this distance between here and here is still just y, or radical y minus y squared, because now this one is the biggest one, this is the smallest one. So therefore this will be 2 pi, the integral from 0 to 1 of y to the 3/2 minus y cubed dy. And if you integrate, this is also a very simple integral. This will give you 2 pi y to the 5/2 times 2/5 minus y to the 4 over 4, everything from 0 to 1. And once you plug everything, and you should check this, verify this is just 3 pi over 10. All right, let's do one last problem, and this is as hard as this will get. So let's say that you have the following functions. So notice that this is the same thing as just y equals to x over 2. So therefore here you will have, let's say this is the line y equals to x over 2, and then the square root of x looks something like this. So you need to find the place where they intersect, and you should check that this value is equals to 4. Remember, you want to figure out the value, all you have to do is set the two equations equals to each other. So if you have this equals to this, you just have to square both sides to get rid of the radical. So you'll have x equals to x squared over 4. From here, you have x squared equals to 4x. And then if you factor this will be x squared minus 4x equals to 0. You can factor the x. Is x minus 4, so the two solutions are 0 and 4, which is here. 0 and 4. Okay? All right, so then notice that from here to here, any place you pick, this is x. This is the partition, because you are rotating on the line x equals to 5. So let's say x equals to 5 is here. So we are rotating around here. So remember, the partition and the axis of rotation had to be parallel. So now we just need to make sure that we know the distance from the partition to the axis of rotation. So essentially, we need to figure out what this distance from here to here is, okay? So how much is this distance? That's what we care. So now notice the distance from here to here is x, and the distance from here to here is 5. So therefore, the distance from here to here, which is what we want, has to be 5 minus x. I mean, that should be obvious, because x plus 5 minus x gives you 5, which is the distance, okay? So once you figure that out, that's the tricky part, then the volume is going to be 2 pi, the integral from 0 to 4 of the distance, which is 5 minus x. So notice this is important. This is the part where most people make a mistake. This is not x, this is 5 minus x. So this is the distance between the partition and the axis of rotation. So that's very, very important. And then the rest, the biggest function is the square root of x, and the smallest function is x over 2 dx. So then if you distribute this, you'll end with 5 radical x plus 5 over 2x. Actually, in this case, it would be minus, and then minus x to the 3 halves, and then plus x squared over 2. And then to integrate this is very straightforward. Okay, so that's it for this method.